To say I love my 2015-13 MacBook Pro will be the grossest understatement of the century. And I still love it after all these years when there are newer MacBooks with much better CPU, graphics horsepower, better storage and all the other cool things. I still love my 2015-13 MacBook Pro. But is this MacBook still as good as it was in 2015? Let's find out. When it comes to design, it's just classic Apple with its aluminum unibody construction, which just looks as premium as it did 5 years ago. This MacBook right here is kinda thick for today's laptop, reaching about 18mm of thickness, but in my opinion it's still okay, and thankfully the thickness comes with plenty of ports. The left side of this laptop features MagSafe, 2 Thunderbolt 2 ports, USB 3.0, headphone port and microphone port. The right side features SD card reader, HDMI and another USB 3.0. And by the way, this was the last MacBook Pro to feature a Lightning Apple logo. After opening the lid, you will be greeted with Force Touch trackpad and scissor switch backlit keyboard, both of which are comfortable to use. And on the lid itself, you will be greeted with the 13.3-inch TFT IPS screen with resolution of 2560 by 1600. It's plenty bright, color accurate, and it's just pleasant to look at. And this is the sample of FaceTime camera. It's not the best thing ever, but it's not the worst thing either. It is what it is. I don't really care about webcam on my laptop, to be honest, so it is what it is. Now let's dig inside. This laptop runs dual-core 2.7 GHz i5 with Intel HD 6100 Iris GPU, 8GB of RAM and 6600 mAh battery that lasts about 5 to 6 hours of normal use. In Cinebench, we were able to achieve 742 points. That doesn't sound impressive, but thanks to the great optimized macOS, we are able to do photo editing in Affinity Photo, music production in Logic Pro 10 and video editing in Final Cut Pro 10. But keep in mind that having lots of 4K footage and lots of effects can bring this laptop down to its knees. So here's my conclusion. I think this laptop is still kind of worth it, especially if you want a Retina MacBook for a reasonable price, because you get decent performance even for some heavier tasks such as video and audio editing if you don't do that much intensive type of things. And it's really good for everyday tasks and it's still really fast, so there is still reason to buy this computer. But I will probably buy an iPad Pro after this computer will no longer be worth it, because iPads will start to support Logic and Final Cut Pro 10, which are two apps that I'm using for my content creation and creative workflow. And that is really important for me in a Pro computer, to have programs I need to use for my workflow, which are in my case Final Cut and Logic. And I don't really see a point of having MacBook after that, because my type of content isn't as intensive as content of NCAM-HD or Austin Evans, so I don't really need MacBook Pro, so iPad Pro will be enough. Okay, that's it for this video. Leave a like, consider subscribing, and for now, bye.